So here's some things to note in the manual. Okay, this riff. So the reason this dissonance sounds so unique is because this one's a harmonic, this one is a fretted note. And the intensity that you pick the fretted note is crucial to getting the right dissonance here. If you pick it too hard, it's going to overshadow the harmonic. If it's too light, the harmonic's going to overshadow it. So that's how you want it to sound. This harmonic is hammered on too. Now this bend is a pre-bend, so I'm grabbing it bent. And it's about a quarter tone. It's not a full half step bend, it's only a quarter. Okay, the trickiest thing about this song is the rhythms. It sounds just like da 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 da, but it's da 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 is the cycle. Da 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 da. And that keeps coming back. So at tempo, it's pretty tricky. We practiced it half tempo for a long time, and then slowly sped it up. When I get to this one, when that rhythm comes back halfway through the song, when I come to this, I tend to call this the Bahamut chord. It's like a power chord. What would be a power chord, root, fifth root, but I use a flat 9 or whatever you want to call it. So it's root, fifth, flat 9. I use it here too. Some other songs use it on the open. So it's 001. You hear a lot of songs end like that. It's just got that devastating sound to it. Sometimes you see it like this. So anyway. So you see halfway through that, I built the chord up even more. So the chord from the open A is 0, 2, 3, 0, 3. In Bahamut, I just loved stacking as much dissonance as possible. Notice, because of the nature of this polyrhythm, polymetric figure, whatever you want to call it, I go strict as if I'm so that means I have to I always pull the rhythm out of what would be strict alternating. So that means since the rhythm shifts back a 16th note in true Meshuggah fashion, it's down up down. Let me play for it. It's down up down down, and then the next iteration of the rhythm is up down up up. So down 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 up down up up down 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 up up down up down. You only have time for a down up down before it recycles. This is just Meshuggah 101. Let's see. These are slurred, so I pick the one, hammer, and then back to palm mute there. Articulation, specific, how long or short I hold a note, or whether the note is palm muted, is so important, and so every detail is so combed over, every single note of that album. Anyway, Let's see, the next thing to note is probably just the rhythm at the end is another one of these Meshuggah rhythms. So okay, so another one that requires rehearsal, and even when I wrote it, I had to look at sheet music to learn it. Learning it slowly with metronome. Notice how it gets shifted. It's like it takes up a whole measure, and then the next measure it gets shifted forward by only a 16th note. So again, if you're not hearing the beat, you're just gonna hear which, you know, I was guilty of the first time I heard Meshuggah. You hear the pattern for itself, almost like it's its own odd thing, even though you can tell there's something else going on. But when you learn to hear it shifted into 4/4 like that, that's when the magic happens. The only other cool thing I want to note, I did like a spectral idea at the end. What is spectralism is a whole other conversation, but I purposely played this note, a little out of tune, a little sharp. It's not a half bend, it's not any tempered note. In the harmonic series, it's that out of tune 7th. Look that up. You can find it here. See, that's the octave. And then we don't have that note in our 12 tone tempered. So I achieve it by, and notice if I do it accurately enough, that a differential tone is created, and it creates this low C sharp. So, and once right there. Once it creates this note, you know you have the bend in the right spot, and man, is it touchy. Look at this. If it's a little bit this way, you hear the bass tone it creates rises up. If it goes this way, the bass tone goes down. You want that bass tone to be right there. So it creates the C sharp. Then I do a little tap. So it's not too important. That's just like the noise at the end that goes into the next track.